After you've had children say things to you like, heaven is fun, and Dr. Morse, I have a wonderful secret to tell you. I was climbing a staircase to heaven. You can't help but start to feel a sense of enthusiasm for these experiences. Well, let's see how this guy's been doing.
Dr. Melvin Morse is a pediatrician specializing in the resuscitation of young children in Seattle, the capital of Washington state. Until 8 years ago, he was the straightest of straight scientists, winning awards for his research papers.
I had always thought that when you died, you just went into darkness. Near-death experiences to me were something that you would see in a supermarket tabloid, but not worthy of scientific research.
What changed your view? Was it just the constant stream of cases you found?
No, it was really meeting Kristle Merzlock changed my whole opinion about near-death experiences.
It was totally darkness, and then I looked up, and it was a tunnel with a light, you know, just gleaming down from the top. And so I started crawling towards this light to see what it was, and suddenly I saw this woman, all dressed in white. She had long, dark hair, come towards me, and when she got to me, she picked me up by the hand, and she said, "Kristle, my name is Elizabeth. I'm your guardian angel, and I will help you."
Kristle Merzlock was larking about at a friend's 7th birthday party when she was accidentally pushed into the deep end.
When I fell in the pool, I remember just reaching up for the water because I wanted to get air. I knew I needed to get air. And after I knew I couldn't get air, I just fell unconscious.
For 3 days, Kristle lay in a deep coma, and as she tells it, floated above her own body as the doctors worked to revive her. Once she found herself wondering if she was dead.
The only time that I really remember thinking about it was when I had a chance to look down on my body on the operating table, and I saw the doctors putting tubes up my nose to help me breathe, and down my throat and in my arms, and I didn't like it, so I just looked away. That's the only time I can remember.
When did you see yourself in the operating room?
When I was up in heaven.
9 years on, Kristle's experience remains the definitive case. Adults have made similar claims, but always there have been doubts. This witness was a child who even today insists that her mind was not playing tricks on her. Tell me, how can you be sure it wasn't just all a wonderful dream?
Well, in my dreams, I hardly ever remember dreams, and when I remember them, they're not very clear to me. But this experience I had was as clear as night and day. It's the same as you here talking to me. I mean, I remember it better than anything I've ever remembered in my life. History is full of such stories and full of questions. The idea of the soul leaving the body goes back to the ancient Greeks and Egyptians. And the afterlife is, of course, a core belief in most religions. The curious thing is that it's not only children with religious backgrounds who report such experiences.
Most near-death experiences are not religious. The typical child that I interview has a near-death experience which takes less than 10 seconds to relate. They say, something really weird happened to me. I thought I was floating out of my body, and I saw a really bright light. And then they don't describe anything else. That's the entire experience.
Dr. Morse has sifted through thousands of cases, interviewed hundreds of children, and recorded to date close to 50 cases of what he regards as genuine near-death experiences.
People have suggested that the near-death experience is perhaps a dream, is perhaps a wish-fulfilling fantasy, some sort of psychological reaction to the stresses of dying. Perhaps near-death experiences are caused by drugs, or the bright light is the bright lights in the operating rooms. After 8 years of research, we have demonstrated that none of those explanations are adequate. that the near-death experience is a natural and normal event which happens to people when they die.
You talk about near-death experiences as something marvellous. Now, is that an appropriate word for an impartial researcher?
All human beings are going to die. And the knowledge that the process of dying may well be the most amazing experience of our lives is wonderful.